I'm Lilia Carey.
And I'm Claire Carey.
And we did a one-step class.
Yes.
So we started off, the nice thing is you've got 2 feet, so it should be almost called a 2-step class. Anyway, so we started off, we talked about frame. Claire is tucked in a little bit on my right-hand side.
I'm settled into the pocket. I've got contact all through there.
And both of us have a little bit of a forward lean. Me, so I can lead with my chest and whole body, and for my follow, so that she can comfortably reach back. So as she steps, she reaches so that I have confidence in moving. We also said that I am using the balls of my feet to push off, and that helps drive my partner forward.
We said that we could use that push-off for glide if we have a really, straight song or a straight moment in a song. But we can also kind of have cloud feet and be pushing off the ground with a little bit more lilt to it. When we've got those songs that have it, it's really lovely. So we can glide.
Oh, glide.
But then we can add our cloud feet. Da-da-doo-doo.
And then we had forward step, forward step, back. And we can walk forward. We could do a side, forward step, back. And then we also could do a crab walk where I turn and go out and in and out.
We're scooting that back foot in.
And in. Anytime I'm stepping on the inside foot, I can bring her back in front of me.
The nice thing about the crab walk too is that it's got a lot of variation. We can really travel with it and have it be more travel focused, or it can be smaller. We also said that we could have more of just a forward and back, but that we could also have a little bit more rotation with that if we wanted to.
And travel.
So our straightforward crab walk, we're going to turn 90 degrees when that left foot is free. Da, da, but then she can add rotation a little more. Da, 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 da,
circle around. Then we played with something that I believe is called the Peabody.
It's an element of the Peabody.
It's an element, it's part of it. So we went to Yale.
We took 2 steps.
Walk,
Catch,
to
up.
Yale. Now, from this position, I want you to notice that we're almost hip to hip.
But not quite.
And so I can walk in this position. We'll just rotate around. And then we said we could use a wheel where I'm coming around my follow. We're going to flip and be back into backing.
We said that for something like this, it really helps if one person stays stationary and orbits around the other person, so it's not a we go. And in this case, it's very comfortable, especially because I'm in this spot, to keep me in place. So she catches up to me here, and then she's going to think about moving around me, and then she's going to think about where line of dance is and kind of spring open like an umbrella.
Flip us back.
Yeah.
Now, what would happen if I was a taller, heavier human, and I went ahead and I asked my follow to go around me? All of a sudden, the follow may be going, yikes, that's maybe a bit much.
Yes. So we want to be thoughtful and accommodate our person.
All right. Then we could get to grapevines from this. So I'm walking into this position where we're hip to hip, and then I'm going to take a side step and a back step and side and grapevine down. Anytime my follow is coming through with the inside foot, I can flip them back. One more visual from Yale. Side steps, square up, and back in front. Then we also said, if we were in grapevines,
Wow.
I could use that nice little flip
Back in
I could
Yale.
walk around and flip back and keep right on going.
So we can actually start in Yale, go around, go into grapevines, and go back to Yale with the wheel. So we'll go here. You got a little wheel.
Into grapevines. And back.
To Yale.
And the flip back to backing.
So you can really Lego those together.
Absolutely. All right. So, let's see.
Promenade?
That promenade, yes. Now, it is possible to walk and flip your follow open.
But we don't recommend it.
The only reason I don't is because the follows may or may not open up and keep their feet going, right? They may just hold feet. So instead, if we take 4 steps, forward, open, step through.
So comfy.
then the follow is really clear. To do that, I'm going to need to slow down just a little bit.
So if we're cooking along here,
We're walking along. I'm going to slow down, forward, open, and now we both go forward together.
Once we get in promenade, she's taking this hand and sending it down toward my navel. Not a lot of pressure, but it's enough that says, hey, stay with me.
Hang out here.
She's also showing me a nice flat book that's open on a table, not a book that we're reading. Then if I'm too open, then I can end up kind of side saddling. So we're gonna keep it nice and open.
And from this position. Now, from promenade, there's a whole bunch of things I could do.
Yes.
So we can do swivels. I step forward, through,
Open me up.
and now I'm going to use the hand on her back to bring her to face. And we have a moment of compression. I'm going to release the compression and step through. I'm going to recreate it again. If it's working well, the follows give an even amount of pressure back, leads are stopping them, and they're working this hand on their back.
Mhm.
This forward hand shouldn't move.
Because she can really do this without that forward hand.
Right.
But that little extra support in that forward hand is really helpful. We said, if we face this way, we said that when we're doing swivels, we can just do it in place here, that this hand is really not moving. It's really all in the back, and this is just a block, so we wouldn't want to have any negotiation here. I'm just kind of bouncing off a wall.
We also said that swivels are great because you can change the timing of them.
Yes.
And you can even change the elevation.
Yes.
So if we step forward, we could go up and down, or we could go bum, 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 open, stop, open, stop, and open, and through.
Yeah.
Right?
So you have lots that you can play with there. If
So
you're
waiting
really
over here.
attuning, yeah, get all the way. If you're really attuning to each other, you can really play there.
So then we can take promenade. Actually, let's do the footwork, the fancy
Sure.
feet.
So if we're going along,
I can do a little skip, and
Now we're on the
then
same
we're
feet.
on the same feet.
da, da, da,
Da, bum. Oops, I didn't skip enough.
da, 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 da.
Bum, ba, da, da, bum, bum. Let's turn this way. And
Da,
do, 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 da, da, bum,
da,
bum,
da.
da.
And keep
then-
walking.
And then I'm going to skip again.
And there we are.
So then we have pivots.
Which can be done from any position, but promenade is perfect because we're already opened up.
Right. So from promenade, for a pivot, we'll take our first foot forward. I'm going to start to slow down. I'm going to point my right foot toward the outside hall, and I'm going to say, stay there.
She's really applying nice pressure down toward my navel, saying, stay there, be the pole for me so that I can open up and swing around you and scoop,
Open,
scoop. And I'm gonna do a little hokey pokey, just really putting my foot out there because I don't want to take weight over it.
pivot.
Then I scoop and we open up. Yeah,
Anytime that you can hold your follow back and step around, you're good to go.
yeah. We said leads, we really want to think about when you step around going nice and parallel to your own hand and thus your follow shoulders. We didn't want to cut through the middle and make that a sad pivot, right? Where she's like, "Ugh." We want to take the ice cream scoop and get all the way around the outside. She's going to really swing around me. Whee!
And notice I'm going to look at my partner as I come around on those pivots. It makes so much difference. A and B,
Mhm.
if I step around like this,
Oh.
I can do it.
But
I
it's a
can
different
pull it
pivot.
off, but it doesn't have a float and it's not as comfortable.
Mm.
So I'm going to square up, pivot around, and then open us back up again.
We said that swivels were a perfect bookend for that pivot because, again, I'm already open up, but now we have all this great energy. Da, da, da,
Swivel,
da, da,
open up,
da,
and swivel.
da, da, da,
Open
da.
up.
There's that through. She's
And
giving me a
swivel.
little extra hold back. She's saying stay and dropping me into that pocket.
For
And there we are.
And then we had 4 variations of walk-arounds.
Tetherball.
And they all work very similarly.
Yes.
Let's do these from here. So imagine that you all are line of dance. So we're walking along. I'm going to do a leads turn, and I'm going to hand trap this hand at my side. When I start to feel pressure build up in this forearm, I'm going to step back and
let
I'm
go.
going to release.
So we're cooking along this way.
Walk, leads turn. I step back, and we keep right on going. Then, similar variation. I walk under my own hand. I'm going to look at my watch.
Pour water out of your thumb.
Right. And so I'm going to walk under, and I'm going to bring her right back in front. To do that, I want to make sure that I give this connection some living, breathing space to bring my follow around. In time, looks like this. Walking along. I ask her to go down and bring this hand back and pick her up and keep right on going.
Fellas, we said I don't want to reel myself in. I want to keep that outside edge of the connection and wait for my lead to say go.
Then we can put those two together,
Yes, indeed.
which I love. Nice. This is the low hand variation. I walk under. I have a low hand. I'm already ready to do this lead stern tetherball with the trap, and I can keep right on going.
Notice again that I'm really hanging out on that outside edge of the connection. And we really said we can do this pretty quickly, or we can take our time as long as we stay connected.
You could even walk out and leave your follow over here, and then when you're ready, you're going to sweep them back in front.
Absolutely.
Then the last variation.
And my favorite.
Yes, it feels really nice and super successful socially. I walk under. I'm going to leave this hand up, and I'm just going to do a little rotation. We already have a lot of rotational energy, so we're just going to take advantage of that. So one more time. Good feeling. I walk under. I leave this hand high. We return, and she looks for me, and we reconnect.
We said that because I can't always turn right at the same time. Leads, if you know what foot your follow is on, great. But if you're really just giving them that outside and that little scoop, I can really wait until that happens to be a good time for my body. There's going to be a through step, and then there's going to be that time where my left foot is free to take a scoop. There it is.
So I just wait and let this play out. One of the things that I'm doing that is helpful is I'm giving my follow as I walk under any of these variations. I'm a little bit asking my follow. This is not a right,
but when we're going along,
it helps because it gets her to connection
Just a
more
little
quickly. And off we go.
I think that's it.
Oh my goodness, I think that's it.
Great job, y'all.
Thanks everyone. Well done.